All right, folks, we're back, and we're getting into the very last game of the day. It's a best of 5, fresh and brand new. Also, real quick, noting that we appear to be having some hiccups with the bots. It's not doing some of the commands, like the Ting command and stuff, but if you guys are interested in checking out Ting, just go ahead on over to bttv.ting.com. Someone is asking, when are we getting a Ting Season 5? And the answer should hopefully be sooner rather than later. They've been really good to work with, and so far, this adventure has paid off, and hopefully we can convince them that's good enough to do another season of Ting. But be sure to check out bttv.ting.com. We're getting into game. Let's hop into it. To the bottom right, for what is not the last time today, but in the last series today, we have Sidestorm Gaming's Blue Terran GuMiho.
He's been putting on a real show for us tonight, and this guy has as well. In the top left, this is Impact, the Zerg.
So we presently... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
After you.
Speaking of sponsors, you have just shouted out Ting, and I got to shout out, if you guys like your coffee, I have actually, as an Australian, gone and ordered myself a bag of pre-ground Dodgers coffee. So I think it's totally worth to get a bag of coffee if it's good quality for the price that it ended up being, even including shipping. So if you like it, please do it, because Dodger is cool and coffee is cool. That's it.
And for those of you who might be weird like me, there's nobody weird like me, I know. I don't like hot liquids. They've got a cold brew, which is actually pretty nice too. But I was going to bring up as well, we have a t-shirt giveaway currently going, guys. So the way it'll work is you only need to buy, it's one cost per ticket, so 1 per tooth per ticket, maximum of 10 tickets to keep it kind of fair. But then we make it super unfair because subscribers have a 2-time chance to win. So good luck, and we'll draw the winner when the series is done. Now, Maynard, the one question I have for you before anything else in this, do you think we get a Game 5?
Every series has been Game 5 so far, so it makes sense to have another Game 5 here. But I'm going to go ahead and say there won't be. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is where the streak ends.
I was actually saying I think it's 3-1, and I'm leaning towards GuMiho over Impact, but I'm seriously actually rooting for Impact.
Yeah, Impact series against Hero actually turned me into an Impact fan, where I'm like to the point where I'm going to actually turn my head and pay attention to what Impact does from here on out. He's
a guy you're like, you know, he's a good player, you respect that, but you don't really care about him, right? But then he does games like that, and you're like, okay, this dude is legit.
Also, speaking of subs, you mentioned them earlier. I think we're still 8 away from me taking all of your revenue tonight. So, guys, if you hate Rifkin, 8 more subs to make sure that he gets less money tonight.
This is a great way to weaponize.
It's going to not be 5-game best of 5. We're already confirmed out the two of us. We both think it's going to be a 4-game series, not 5 games. So you don't actually have that long.
I would be happy if I was wrong about that, though. If this did go Game 5 again, that'd be cool. But no, this is a great way to weaponize those idiots on Reddit. Put your money where your mouth is. Like, hey, why don't we support Rifkin content creators? You will literally be taking almost $200 out of my hands and giving it to Maynard at the cost of a couple subs.
You are literally clawing $200 out of Rifkin's starving hands. And giving me.
Rip.
And I almost own a house. I don't need that money, but I'll take it.
You can spend it on a t-shirt. It says, I got $200 for Rifkin.
BTSL t-shirt. And then I'll wear it and I'll take a selfie and I'll put it on Twitter and go, thanks to everyone that subbed tonight.
Well, Viking picks off the Overlord. That's pretty nice. That's going to supply block Impact 2, so he's making 2 more. I mean, one thing to be said, regardless, because GuMiho might play mech, he might play bio, we don't actually know, but GuMiho is a guy who knows about map presence, and Impact is a guy who loves to spread creep, so we're really going to see 2 Titans clash here.
Yeah. It's actually... I feel it's really cliche and dumb to say, and every caster says it, but I really, seriously, 100% can't pick the victor of the series. I don't know. I wish I could tell you guys. Well, it's like Battle Mech out of GuMiho with a Raven flavor.
Yeah.
First time we're going down here.
The Lings also get revealed by this, so he shouldn't find himself with the wall down. He had just lowered it briefly, so... Very important he raised those depots.
This Marine is so important.
It really is. But all these Zerglings on the wrong side of the map. The Roach is pushing down the center. The Queen's being transferred through the Overlord. I love this through that layer tech, but unfortunately, this leaves some possible vulnerabilities at home. But at the same time, GuMiho's got to be like, yo, wait a minute. Where is everything? Why is there nothing here? So he turns around to tail it back home, but Impact's attack, I mean, those Queens are going to have a lot of transfuses. And they get here way faster than normal thanks to the Overlord transport.
He's going to have a Banshee, but he does not have Cloak. He hasn't even started Cloak. So this Banshee is naked. And the Queens are a huge threat. And they're about to be unloaded here from this Overlord.
Killing the Banshee. Nice. There's still a Queen in the Overlord, by the way. He didn't properly unload everything. This is a big mistake out of Impact. He just lost out on another transfusion, which cost him the Queen. And that might cost him the fight. The anti-armor is giving a lot of power to these Cyclones. They're just mowing down these orange units. They already deal a ton of bonus damage to the Roaches. But Impact, he's still got a lot more where that came from. He's not done yet.
Yeah, he hasn't been cleaned up completely, although if GuMiho does clean him up, he can turn this into a game. Yes, he's down in workers, but he's not completely down yet.
And he picks up with the Overlord to save the Queen. What is this, a Warp Prism? Get out of here, Impact.
Does anyone else think that DAE Blizzard should give Overlord 7 pickup range?
I mean, all they have to do is really reach out their tendrils a little bit further than normal, right?
Oh, that'd be so funny, just having the Overlord go
if you guys,
grabbing a Queen from so far away.
If you don't know, by the way, the Overlord actually has like a dangly penis tendril when it's transformed into the transport mode, which I assume is how they rope themselves up into the Overlord.
Are you saying that Zerg units grab onto the Overlord's dick to get inside the Overlord?
I am saying that Overlord drags that thing along the ground because he is hung like a friggin' Overlord. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's good to go. But if you guys haven't seen, like, literally, if you zoom in, they gain an extra tendril in the bottom center.
The things that you say, oh my god. Guys, if you want to rip more money out of the hands of this guy, please keep selling.
The things that I say, Mr. Dolphin Butthole, you want to, like, quit
But that's an actual saying, though. You're saying an Overlord has a dick, and the Overlord's dick grabs things and pulls it inside of its body.
You know what I'm very comfortable saying on stream publicly? Protoss don't have buttholes. They don't have mouths, they don't have digestive tract.
Nostrils, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
If they don't eat things, then they don't need to excrete. You know what I mean?
Yo, I've got the collector's edition that's got the book with all like the designs and stuff. I need to just go pull this thing out on stream one day and just do like analysis of all the units. Okay, we got some subs to do. I'm losing out on money. We'll get into Blackpink first though, and we'll see you guys here for game number 2 as we come closer and closer to concluding this group. Game number 2 in the grand finals of the Korean group finals. Spawning here in the top right, he's down 1 at the moment. Clawing his way back, it's Psystorm Gaming's GuMiho.
And in the bottom left, his race definitely has buttholes. This is Impact.
I mean, the hatchery is like 7.
The Queen poops creepshim out of a butthole, pretty sure.
You know what? You know what I'm really upset about right now, though, Maynard?
What's up?
Not the subscriber count, but the fact that 47ness is typing in chat and not making a fantasy sketch of Innovation Midriel, the sexy elf.
That is actually a lot of APM that we use on the Midriel fan art there, 47ness. Please check your privilege and priorities all at the same time.
47ness is actually like the nicest guy. We were being super bullies to him, and he's not deserving of it. But also, fuck you. Please make this. Look, hey, look, it's Midriel.
It's Midriel! Midriel, I'm so sorry that you're not going to Vancouver.
No! Salt in the wound! Man, it is savage, straight up.
47S, like 99% cleavage.
Yikes.
Right. I think we mentioned it before, just to make sure.
We had quite a few subs come in, though, and this has actually hit 30, which is nice. So, guys, I'll be giving Maynard a nice, sweet tip.
Really?
As I will yield my portion of today's income to him. But Exciser Wish came back for 35 months. Says, oh god, I did it. Hey, Twitchers. Bazina came back for 5 months. PogChamp. Club Thug Agent was a brand new sub. Welcome to the channel. Uber Ponzers priming it up. Same with What's Invasive and He Just Gaming. And then last but not least, Time to Tell was a 45-month resub. Glad to have you back for so damn long. But all you guys who just subbed, please, I encourage you, get your Discord synced up with your Twitch so you get the replays from today's games and you get all the other cool access to benefits that the perks of subs get on BaseTradeTV.
Damn, man. Hit that 30.
Hit
Chat,
that 31. So we went 31. Above and beyond.
Shit. Do you actually like go out of pocket if it goes up to 60? Like he's just like, oh, now I have to give Rifkin my. He's like, if I go to 60 subs, and may not actually gets my PIN number and account.
Oh dear, somebody made the mistake of unbanning. Don't unban people. I ban, please.
Oh, that was actually me. Full disclosure.
Oh, was it?
I didn't realize that was the guy. My bad.
He is like one of the biggest scam artist scumbags StarCraft has seen. Shout out to all the failed teams. Yeah, don't associate with that guy.
All right.
We're not reading his name on purpose, folks, because he is that irrelevant.
Fair enough.
Oh, BlizzCon just got announced apparently too, November 2nd to 3rd. It's always November 2nd to 3rd or 3rd to 4th. It's always like the first weekend on like December. But okay, that's pretty dope. The question is though, not when is it, but when are tickets on sale? Because that's when everyone's got to do the mad scramble to try and get their hands on one.
Getting those tickets is really, really tough. I remember the 2011 BlizzCon. I actually had to get tickets on. I mean, Blizzard wasn't very happy about this. I talked about it with them later, but you know, it's bygones. And they are aware, so you're not like dobbing me in or getting me in trouble by telling Blizzard. But I actually had to get some eBay BlizzCon tickets for 2011 because as an Australian, the time it took for me to refresh the site, the tickets were already sold out.
Wow. One of the things I really enjoyed actually was we did get our hands on an extra ticket last year, and that Bit War giveaway day we had was super fun with it. It was a really hot ticket, no pun intended, item. So I just want to get another one to do that again. It was a lot of fun. But Hellions getting some nice shots here on the lanes, so this won't be a problem for GuMiho. This game's already going 10 times better than before. He gets, oh no, he almost gets the Overlord. One more shot. That would have shut her down.
Nice. That would have been a nice Overlord kill right there. Would have really slowed down Impact as he pushes up into tier 2. Lair is on the way right now. And in true Impact fashion, he is going to play ZVT with Roaches as the backbone. I always feel like Roaches, I mean, I'm slowly being convinced that Roaches have a place in this matchup. Apart from being defensive in the early stages. Zergs have been really showing me these days how good they can be.
Roaches I'm less impressed with. For me, it seems to be the Ravagers that make the big decision makes. Wow, I'm super English out at this point in the cast, but to make the big decision making and game deciding moves, Corsair Biles and their light, or not even light, their non-armored status gives Ravagers a lot of power for sure. But one thing I'm a little wary of is GuMiho not planting down much, but he does have an armory, so it's probably going to be mech. And yep, second and third factories coming down literally as I say that.
You called it. Tier 1 analysis. Well, Glial Reconstitution is on the way here for Impact. Roach Ravager is going to be his backbone, but he's going to want to have Hydras at some point once he identifies that GuMiho is going for this unit composition. Just straight up Roaches aren't what they used to be against mech these days.
Yeah, but again, that kind of goes back to the power of what the Ravagers can do to change that up. Impact, though, has been playing out of his mind. Like, he's had a couple of bad games, sure. We've got 25 games being cast today, potentially, right? You're going to make a mistake here and there. But for the most part, he's handled every situation exactly as you would expect. And I really don't think Mech is going to throw him for a loop here. But, oh, this Banshee is. Oh, that Sporkar is way out of position. What is going on here?
Yeah, so... Well, luckily that thing burrows pretty quickly here, but that Banshee is really being a pest for Impact, finding 3 drones and even a Roach kill here.
Wait for it. Screw the Banshee, I don't care about these other attacks. I need to make my point. Look at that big dangly little one on the underside.
Oh, shit. It does have a giant donger.
Meanwhile, Overlords, normal Overlords don't. So I'm just saying, its donger, I think, is the rope the Zerg used to hop up into the Overlord.
Okay. You know what? You might be right.
Okay, Helmet attack in the main is going to be a big distraction. The main force is out here, though, and it's still got Banshees with it. Impact's in the wrong spot for this fight. This third base, oh my god, it's so oversaturated. Man, there's 23 drones in this base.
Yeah, Impact a little while ago made 18 drones with every single piece of his lava that he had there, which means that he's left a little bit flimsy against this Banshee and Hellbat attack from GuMiho. 16, 17, 18 drones and counting have gone down so far from this attack.
No, why would you go back to mining? The danger is still here.
It's dangerous to go alone.
The Roach counterattack, he tries to do drops. It's not working. The Thors are here to drive it off. He does almost no damage in retaliation. GuMiho just absolutely destroyed Impact's third, and this is not looking good for our Yellow Zerg. All the compliments we want to give him today, and despite that 1-0 he's got on the board, this might be equalized pretty quick.
Yeah. GuMiho is doing a lot of damage to Impact on his side of the map. Impact's going to try and do some damage of his own on the other side as he sends some roaches towards the third base of GuMiho. GuMiho has these two Thors, which have +1 attack. And they're not too bad against roaches and ravages.
Yeah,
but
Impact.
Main point. If he can keep these tanks away from the ravages, keep them at the back.
Oh, this is really unfortunate for Impact. He gets driven off and doesn't get the SCV kills he needs to make this worthwhile. He's certainly going to feel sorry about that attack.
He's so Thory. He says no thank you.
No thank you, exactly. By the way, I'm being called out for, like, of course Rickford noticed the dangly participle hanging from the underside of the Overlord. Look, guys, it's just one of those things where it moves. Like, regular Overlords don't have anything moving underneath them. You can't not notice it.
What do you mean they don't have anything moving underneath them? They have 2 crab claws and a bunch of tendrils.
Yeah, but they don't wiggle and wag around like a happy dog tail like the other does.
Right. Ooh, nice catch of these Hellions.
This is huge. Impact can't take any more damage. He just got himself into a position where maybe he's recovering.
What a
so
trade.
Picking up those Hellions is huge. But Thor's dropping in the main now. These queens are pretty low. One just goes down immediately.
There's not a whole lot that shoots up. Whoa, that medevac is low, but the queens are gone, so no big deal.
Oh, he's also in single target mode, so sniping off Overlords is not a problem.
He's got another one here. Bam. Nice move with that medevac, giving him that vision. The anti-air range of the Thor is surprisingly huge. Like, you don't always think it's as long as it is, but it's massive.
Just realized Impact, he's not just doing this because he has to. He just made 8 Overlords, Maynard. 8 Overlords. That's 800 minerals because he just lost so many to these Thors.
Yeah, it's going to make a bunch of Hydras, I think, once the...
Oh my god, he's losing more. Oh my god, he's gonna be like 7 Overlords down, Overseer included. Drop Overlord, that's 7 Overlords in total that have died, an 8th one next. Oh my god. This supply block, he's never gonna get past 140 supply at this rate.
Dude, Innovation's killed, GuMiho's killed 6 Overlords here. 7 actually, 7 Overlords,
8.
with a Drop Lord being one of them.
Because the Overseer 2, and this will be 9.
Right. That's 9, wow.
Yeah, that's a big case of the yikes.
He's picked a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies.
There you go. Well, Impact might be in a pretty rough spot with the way he's had to spend his money. A quick look at the income graph. It has been pretty back and forth, but GuMiho has been dominating the income. So being forced to use all this money to replace Overlords he should never have lost in the first place is like double-edged sword, man.
This feels a little janky. The Hydras don't have muscular augments. They have grooved spines, but they don't have the ability to move quickly. So they check in, but they kind of don't check out, depending on how that fight goes. But
at the same time, though, the army out of Innovation is not exactly super quick, stimmed bio, but trying to get in position, racing back home. Oh god, Blinding Clouds come in to help a little bit, but they don't cover the tanks. They just cover the Cyclones, really. Landing to get out of the parasitic bomb is an easy way to escape that too. Well done, GuMiho.
Yeah, he doesn't even have smart servos, but he still transforms immediately there. Great reaction. These tanks are doing a fair bit of damage from the back line. The Thors are on the front. There's a couple on siege tanks here, which is kind of a question mark for me. Well, Cyclones are starting to reinforce, but I feel like Impact might be actually starting to barrel through here.
No, not with these 2 tanks still standing. The Cyclones come in too, as you've stated, and
yeah.
Impact is feeling the burn of this attack. This was a really expensive loss for him. Not only because of the actual amount of units he lost, but he doesn't have that much larva. These queens going down mean they're not doing injects, so there's no quick remax, even if he had the bank that he currently doesn't have.
Yeah, he's got that +2 attack, which means that his units hit pretty hard here, but is primarily going to be Roach and Hydra, and without the Viper support, they are just not that good against what GuMiho has for in store.
I love this one little R2-D2 SCV trying to repair everything. This is not happening. This tank, well, this will break him this time. The Ravagers and the Crucible should be a little too much, but I'm a little worried now for GuMiho because he has not really gotten to the core of what Impact had in the backline. 77 drones in 5 bases. He's taking really good army fights and trading well in that regard, but GuMiho's army is always going to be slower and take longer and be more expensive to reproduce than Impact's.
Yeah, I feel like if Impact goes up to 5 bases and saturates it quite nicely, then he can actually afford to take inefficient trades for a little while. I mean, the mech army is something that, you know, as a Zerg, when you have 5 bases, you start to build up a bank. Because the mech army takes a little while to amass. Like, innovation... Oh, sorry. I did it again. GuMiho is only on 60-odd army supply. And he doesn't want to push. He has a lot more than that, right? Like, he can do some drop play, which he's doing right now. But as far as, like, the main push goes, it's going to give Impact time to build up that bank. And when you get that bank as a Zerg, you lose your army, and then you just replenish it.
By the way, in Maynard's defense for calling him Innovation a couple times, I think both of us are still just in disbelief that Innovation lost.
Yeah. I am in disbelief, actually. I can't believe Innovation massed Reapers. That's dead.
In a TvZ... Oh my, 2 health. Jesus. A lot of Cyclones on the top side.
You should kill it. Yes.
Yo, I'm actually really excited for this upgrade to complete. I don't know if you've seen this bug, but you know how the Cyclones get those red laser sights?
Mm-hmm.
You should see what they look like when a medevac picks them up. They, for some reason, go above the medevac. And I don't mean, like, a little bit. They hang, like, 10 feet above the medevac while they're inside of it. And it's the dumbest looking bug I've seen.
Whoa.
But, ooh, Spire? Hive Tech? I mean, Impact's getting to that point where he's going to have his whole arsenal ready. The downside to this whole game so far is he really has been limited on Hydras and Roaches, and granted, this is something he appears to want to play with, but having the option for Broodlords, having the option for Corruptors is always going to be nice on the back end. A lot of Vipers, too, with this. He's sitting on 2 more coming out. He's already got 3, so that's going to be a lot of Blind Clouds, potentially. Cyclone upgrade.
GuMiho and Impact are both maxed out, so they're starting to build up those banks. There's a Parasitic Bomb here, but nice splits from GuMiho. Gets that Viking out of dodge, even lands it. Takes very minimal damage from that Parasitic Bomb.
Yeah, still no Transformation Servos, though. I'm curious, because this seems to be a conscious choice for him. And Transformation Servos would help out these Hellions, not to mention the Vikings escape those Parasitic Bombs. Like, I'm just surprised he doesn't have any. But tank set up a little bit late, so they're not going to get the fight that they wanted. The Hellions, though, very easy to replace compared to Impact's army, right? It's just 100 minerals versus the gas and the minerals that the Hydras cost. The Roaches will also be very expensive to go down.
Oh, these tanks are so clumped up. If he, like, emergency sieges, it's an easy...
Oh my god! There's so many ducks!
He uses all the Viper energy!
Dude, that was some straight up hungry hippo shit right there.
It was. But there's still so much left over.
Well, there's also no Blinding Clouds, though, so as the tank siege up, he has to keep falling back. And Impact's making the right moves, but this way of not engaging is still bleeding him out.
Yeah, that's right. Not having any Blinding Clouds here, the Vipers are actually forced to feed off of this hatchery, which is extremely low, by the way.
Tosses out more Parasitic Bombs, lands some of the Vikings. These Vikings are not sniping the Vipers like they normally would, though. In fact, they're being kind of useless in that regard. Tanks, though, still manage to move up. They're not getting hit by much, so they're still a big threat to this army coming from 2 different sides. Is it going to be enough? Blinding Clouds on the south, Blinding Clouds in the middle, but not on the back tanks. And the Vipers are removed from play by the Vikings.
Reinforcements from GuMiho. Will these tanks be enough? It looks like the Ravagers and Hydras on the left are quite powerful.
This is like the 5th battle. Oh, pick up the Cyclone. Do it. Do it. Pick it up. Pick it.
Do
up.
it.
God damn it. GuMiho. All right. Well, I was gonna say that's like the 5th battle that's taking place in that same location. That's still got really dicey. They're still trading back and forth. Look at the resources lost. It's like 100 minerals within another. This has been so close, all things considered.
Yeah.
But Impact has at least started etching leads here. His supply massively outdoing that of GuMiho right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing is, but with GuMiho's army, even if he's down in supply, he can still take a good trade.
Oh, drop that Thor. Oh my god.
Oh.
It's like a Joseph Joestar. Oh my god. But, okay, the Thors aside for the moment, right?
Jesus Christ, GuMiho.
These Thors are going to be really necessary going forward. There's not a huge Viking count, and he's going to need these to shoot the Broodlords down. If there's enough Blue Flame Hellions just washing off the Broodlings, right? Who cares about the Broodlords? The Thors can actually kill them. They deal so much damage to a single target in the sky. 65 from 10 range. That is the exact same range as a Broodlord.
This drone leading the charge once again for impact.
He really is like the flag bearer.
So many hours ago.
All right, well, there's a lot of Thors in this army. They're going to be really hard to chew through, but this base is probably forfeit if he sticks around too long. The SCV's not pulled away from this. A couple helping repair, but there's those blinding clouds. He picks up the Thors to get out of the blinding clouds. But, oh, there's more where that came from, and these Vipers are causing so much chaos.
He's out of he hasn't had too many SCVs to repair on that CC, but he is holding on. He's lost 13 SCVs, has GuMiho, but he is still in the running to be able to fight on. Impact has a large mineral bank, but not much of a gas bank, and that is the scary part for the Zerg, for the Terran rather, is what does the gas bank of the Zerg look like?
Well, that's a problem for GuMiho too. Like, losing this base also loses one of the geysers, but the mineral costs here, despite having all these extra bases, they're turning into planetaries, right? So he's not going to have 7 or 9 orbitals to just spam drop mules with. Not yet, at least. Oh, does he have building armor, by the way? He does not. So this could be a pretty bad attack to the south. I don't know if he'll hold that, but he's continuing to push to the top side. His army's getting a little disjointed by the ramps, and the placements here on Blackfang are causing some problems.
Bunch of Hellions reinforcing
no way!
But he doesn't manage to hold on.
If he had building armor, I think that would have lived, to be honest. That was pretty close with the SCV repair that he had. That being said, some Thor's getting picked off. Now we got the Vipers back. A lot of Abducts coming back in for round 3. But the hatchery still dies.
It certainly does. Both players taking intense damage here. GuMiho is still in a situation where he can turn the game out of this. Impact still without much of a gas bank. He's replenishing on what he can. He's making primarily roaches here. His army is still quite scary. He's up a ton of army supply. I'm
actually really worried for GuMiho. He is going to have a lot of trouble replacing this. With that base that went down, he's got no minerals to work with. Pick up the Cyclone. No, he still didn't pick up the Cyclone.
If he loses these medevacs, that's done, I think.
He loses everything here, frankly. And Impact, by the way, is still expanding onto now GuMiho's territory here at the bottom right.
Yeah, I think GuMiho is toast, man. He's French toast. Buttery kind. He's out of here. How does he hold on to a counterattack here from Impact with his accidental Swarm Host?
I love that. Every Zerg player does this. That's the mark of a guy who's got too much APM. You spam your button so hard, at some point you accidentally make a Swarm Host.
Spam so hard and the Hellion's going to find me.
Oh, here comes that Overlord with the drop. His Hydras are going to do quite a bit of damage. Not that there's anything for them to pick off, but... GG.
GG.
Impact locking down a 2-0 lead. Oh, shit. But before we get too excited, this is what happened with Hero. And then Hero brought it back with a 3-2.
That is true.
Regardless, folks, we are getting into what is possibly the last game. He is now with a 2-0 lead, put GuMiho on match point. The map's going to be on Backwater. We'll get into it as soon as we can, but it's been 33 minutes since our last break, so we're going to play 2 minutes of commercials, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. All right, folks, we're back, and we're loading in, and man, this is pretty nuts. This is possibly the last game of the day. 23 matches of StarCraft 2, Maynard.
Damn.
Nobody has the passion that we brought this morning. Thank you for joining me for it, brother.
My pleasure, man. As one of the people that has arguably the most passion for StarCraft 2 in the entire community, it's really fitting that I'd be here with you, who has probably cast the most many hours of StarCraft of anyone in the community.
Well, folks, there's some WCS going on. Whether this ends here or we go deeper, you've got a lot of StarCraft in your near future. So if you want it, you got it. But we're getting into map number 3. Here in the top left, we have the yellow Zerg player, Impact, leading 2-0.
And in the bottom right, he's going to want to fight back here. This is Psystorm Gaming's GuMiho. This series matters a ton, obviously, because this is an elimination match. If you don't win this one, you don't have a shot at getting a free, or not a free ticket, but like a ticket to get to Vancouver to play for a 5-digit prize pool. Like it's a big deal. I don't know what else to say.
I really, by the way, I'm just gonna say this. Because I can't say what I'm referring to yet, guys. But if the plans we've set in motion for this cool announcement next week pan out, this might even be a 5-digit prize pool. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, this could go really well. But at any rate and in any way, GuMiho has to start bringing this back because there's no other options. Unless he wants to get Psystorm to fly him out to play in the open bracket, which he could do, hypothetically. I doubt they'll want to expense that. So he's got to turn this around. And we did say it, like in the winners match, Impact got a really cool 2-0, and then Hero brought it back 3-2. So I don't think Impact choked. I think Hero just turned up the fire. Maybe GuMiho's got to do the same.
Maybe.
Also, we missed Prognosticator coming back with a really big 16-month resub. Thank you if you're still hanging around, man. Glad to have you come back another time. Nazvelas was also subbing it up. Good to see you again, sir. And Demon Hunter 82 just now launched his Twitch Prime into orbit, joining BaseTradeTV space. But hey, we're also at 1,193 subscribers. We're actually 7 away from a very clean 1,200. So if there's anyone out there with a sub, maybe your Prime, you know, it's been 30 days, all that jazz, you know the speech. If you're willing to fork it over, we could settle some nice OCD and get that nice round 1,200.
It's prime time, bitches. Do it. Do it.
I'm set. We've got game time. We've got showtime. How is there not a player named Prime Time? I mean, there's a Twitch staff member named Prime Time, but that's not the same.
Look, I did it. Rifkin, check that chat out.
Great. I'm going to give Maynard more money now. Ree.
Chill.
Kajeans, and I love this one. This just sounds like it's gonna be fun to say. Shay Shay.
Shay Shay.
And
he's like trying to speak Chinese. Is that what you mean?
Oh yeah, Shui Shui. That's not what I meant. I just meant like it was a fun name to say, but.
Shui Shui.
Then we got New Old Man. I almost goofed that one up. New Old Man 654. Thank you for the Prime sub.
Ooh. Oh, the stacks. Oh, never mind.
There wasn't enough Hellion damage for that to be too dangerous, I think. I mean, it's always a risk, right? You could always really mess up, but Impact, only 4 drones dead is not too bad. It's the cost of the Hellion stuff for GuMiho, so it's also not too terrible for him. And Reach Pat topping us off here. 6 months. Thank you very much, dude.
It's giving us a bit of a screech here. This is a nice position for the Hellion, for the Reaper rather, to be a little bit abusive at this third base until the Queen gets down there to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yo, another name for Reapers though are Deathbringers. Deathbringer 154, thank you for that Prime sub.
It's prime time, y'all. It's prime time. You mean sit on that prime time? You got the ability to sub with the Prime? Stop waiting. Get in there. You're powered up. Get in there. Oh. Hellion's getting kind of surrounded by the Lings, with the Queen's helping out as well.
Needs another blast. I love the attempt. I'm trying to Evo block this. Pulls a couple drones back. I love the splits, but he's still got to be careful. Drones for the roasting. Drones for the toasting. Micro manages this down to 4 kills, but now the Banshee comes in and she's going to pick up a couple more too. Impact is being run ragged, but with the Spore Crawlers and his defense so far, he really hasn't lost anything that's going to cost him the game. So far, not great, but definitely not bad.
I think it's amazing that he had 3 Spore Crawlers and this Banshee still managed to do damage and not die.
Yeah, 3 health or 3 kills on it's not bad, but 5 health remains. That's pretty close.
He's going to go mech again for his for the 3rd game here.
Double armors. I really don't know that's mech that's getting him killed. It's some of his decision making with mech has been kind of questionable. But
I agree with you. I mean, GuMiho, mech was being put in question. I was in a Discord chat during GuMiho's series and Super Tournament. The biggest question was why he was making Cyclones in a mech TvZ in the late game. But the other big question was, well, why didn't you try out Bio? But the real question, but I agree with you. Like even in that series in GSL and also in this series here, it's not mech that's killing him. It's the fact that he keeps getting, when he decides to attack, what he decides to attack with, and what he has.
It's funny you bring up that question because I think it does relate back to the way he's using his units. Because, for example, in the late game, the only real use for the Cyclones is they outmaneuver and outrun big slow units like Broodlords. So you're not using them for anti-air, right? You're using them to run by and hit a hatchery or something. And in that case, that's cool, but that's also, it goes to your decision making. Are you definitively saying you want to do that instead of taking anti-air fight, instead of going for Vikings, instead of going for Thors? And I feel like that's kind of what we're seeing out of GuMiho. Like his compositions are not ones that are necessarily typical, but that doesn't make them bad. They're just not working in these situations.
Yeah, I mean, GuMiho has his own flavor, his own flair, but he is still going for that regular double Thor drop that most Terrans will do. It's just he's not finding tons of damage with them like, some other Terrans would. These Hellbats getting minced up by a huge queen count here of impact with Roaches even to defend. Kills that drone, delays the fourth a little bit, that's nice.
Yeah, but this attack overall, a little bit flat. He's not even cleaning up creep tumors with it, which kind of sucks. And impact is...
Damn quick hive.
Yeah, but I'm so jaded on this, right? And I know maybe I'm wrong, and I've heard mixed opinions from other people about this, but I feel like the fast hive, like against bio, you're like, oh my god, ultras are gonna break the game, it's gonna be stupid. But against mech, a faster hive is just like necessary. It's like a normal build rather than like something crazy and different, because you need those Vipers, because you need those late game, well, normally late game units, I should say.
Well, the good news for GuMiho here is he's going to have 1-1, and it's going to marry up with his Thor drops. So these Thors are going to have quite a bit of punch and quite a bit of armor.
Ooh, yeah, the armor being the big deal.
For sure, like these Thors are very, very tanky. Especially with the fact that the medevac's can take them out in a hot second if things go badly. This is a cancel attach right here. Nice catch with the Banshees.
All right, Thors get in. They're going to get a couple of Overlords. I don't know if Impact's going to suffer 8 Overlord deaths again. Hopefully not. But even then, he weathered through it and won the game, so maybe not such a problem. Either way, then grabs the Queens and gets out of there. We got this Banshees heading into the main, and ooh, these could actually focus the Hydra Den.
Yeah, they certainly could.
Maybe leave that for the Thors.
Leading the charge.
Oh, they're going to have to back out of there now. Also missed it, but Gene Parmesan, our free-for-all brother from another mother, this guy's taking part in a lot of the free-for-all brawls, subbed with Twitch Prime, 1,197. 3 to go. Can we do it, boys? 3 before the end of stream.
I remember you, Gene Parmesan. You god.
I just love it because Gene Parmesan's like the best non-important Arrested Development character, in my opinion.
GuMiho's upgrades well and truly ahead of Impact Series. Army is extremely powerful, and it will be in a few minutes as well.
He's not going to have Blue Flame for this, which kind of sucks, but also might not be necessary or matter. It depends on how these Vipers are used, of course, and if you have ducks the medevacs that have the Thors, oh, that could be scary. Oh, wait, he killed the Overseer.
I actually, even though GuMiho is pulling back, and some people will have a question mark over their head why GuMiho is pulling back right now, it's because he sees extremely high energy Vipers because of this fast hive.
I'm surprised the Banshees pulled away, realizing like he killed the Overseer. I think they could have picked off a couple of Hydras even, but not now. The new Overseers are here, so opportunity gone, unfortunately. Thank you very much to Quelf, also gracing us with their Prime sub. Welcome. And of course, again, guys, if you're subbed to the channel, replay packs from today's games are going to be sent out to the replays later today via Discord. So make sure you're in on the Base Trade Discord.
That's right. Prime time. I'm not kidding.
We actually got a transformation service this time. I really enjoyed this upgrade a lot. I think it's not something that really breaks the game, but adds some really cool rewards to Micro later on. Whether it's Hellions transforming quickly into Hellbats and vice versa, but more importantly, in almost every aspect, it makes it so you take virtually no damage from parasitic bombs.
Yeah, that's right. Like, if you got fast hands, the Vikings can instantly drop out of that parasitic bomb by landing.
Ooh, this Hydra drop's going to be nasty if it unloads, but GuMiho is gone for
so
like...
turrets.
This is a lot of turrets. Like, am I watching GuMiho or Avalo right now?
I was going to say it's Nathanius.
Nathanius too. Well, Nathanius isn't as notorious nowadays for this, I feel. But he was, for sure. Oh,
man,
Freak Gamer.
with another Prime sub. Damn.
Salute to this gentleman, guys. 1,199. One more sub. This isn't even the Beastie Cutie meme. This is literally hashtag one more sub to 1,200.
Yeah,
so close.
Uno mas.
Uno mas. Jackie Chan. This is going to kill the Overlord drop. That's nice. But Abduct also grabs the tank, so tit for tat. A little more expensive for impact, though.
Oh, that's 1,200 right there, Rifkin. We did it.
Bada bing, bada boom, and a little bit more. We've got above, beyond ultra. I just messed up that Hero Academy quote, guys. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to.
Even
Plus
I know
ultra.
this. Plus ultra.
My weebness failed me today. God damn it.
You got to go back to the weeb hyperbolic time chamber and try again.
But drink, drunk, play. I love the name. That's one of my favorite rules, by the way, for King's Cup. Freak Gamer, as we said, Edge444, and AKLTV. Thank you very much, all of you guys, for joining us here on the channel. Good to see you this morning. Coming up on 5 hours on the cast, this game still isn't close to being over. No decisive battles, but GuMiho is killing it for upgrades, and he's going what appears to be mass Ravens. A lot of CCs coming down, too. Means a lot of orbitals, but also planetary fortresses.
I like that GuMiho is trying to change things up a bit. Like, he is going back again, but he is actually making some adjustments here. He's going to have 3-3, which he's had the past couple games, because he's managed to make it the late game each time. But with Corvid Reactor and a bunch of Ravens, that can make a massive difference in each fight with being able to carpet bomb with armor shredder missiles.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All the abducts, man. The problem is when you abduct a tank, though, you bring it into range of your army when it otherwise would not have been, so it still costs you quite a bit to abduct a tank.
Damn. Range of Danger with a Prime sub and Jabir667.
Oh my god, I would have read that name so wrong. Range of Danger, though, is such a sick name. I love it. Vikings have to land. Transformation servo high. They get down instantly, but the left side's still going pretty poorly. A lot of tanks spread, though, and with planetary fortresses abundant, it's not a problem yet. Those Ravens took some time to get going, too, but these bad boys have cooked. They're ready, and of course, they're going to have a lot of anti-armor missiles to add to these fights.
Impact already has a Great Aspire, and he's making a second one here, which this denotes that maybe he wants to transition into Corrupt a Broodlord at some point. He's making tons of Hydras right now, and he has that bank, so he can certainly do whatever he wants.
I really like the building armor upgrade coming out of this, too. I mean, the planetaries are one thing, right? They'll be a big focal point for some of the attacks because they're literally the bases, but this also helps out missile turrets a ton. If you got Broodlings raining down from the sky, you want to last just a couple of extra shots longer sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, building armor is going to help the planetaries. This plus Isaac auto tracking, these are fully upgraded. It's going to be awesome. But GuMiho still is in such a weird spot. He doesn't have a bank. He's not really maxed out. He's getting there now. But everything he's building is so expensive. And while the Vikings can transfer Shimation Servo to escape the parasitic bombs, the Ravens will be unable to. And they got to be careful because Ravens are flimsy as hell.
Yeah, they are made of paper, but they have quite a bit of utility here for the Terran.
By the way, someone in chat's asking, why doesn't GuMiho have Neo-Seal frame? Because he knows how to play the game. I'm sorry.
Because he doesn't want to lose game 3 and turn this into a 4-game series at least.
A couple of carpet bombs looking to come in, but parasitic bombs also tit for tat. There's a lot of damage, but Impact loses all the Vipers but one. Oh my god, and the blue flame Hellions come in. These oh my god, there's armor missing on the Hydras. Dude. This is the most damage Hellions could ever possibly deal. Capitalize on this, GuMiho!
Do you remember when Impact had Vipers? I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
16 Swarm Host is the option with Impact's bank.
I don't know about that. Swarm Hosts. So Swarm Hosts are powerful objectively. You can make them at any point in the game, and if they catch someone off guard, they catch someone off guard. End of story. But usually you build them early so that their cooldown cost efficiency ratio balances out. I mean, you can only launch a wave of locusts about every minute. It's like 45 seconds or something. But the point is, like, he's not going to get that much use out of them unless this goes for a very long game. But this also brings more emphasis on the Hellions and less on the Ravens. No matter what you want to protect, Blue Flame Hellions in Hellbat mode will deal with locusts better than anything else.
Yeah, but
he doesn't have those. Oh god, he doesn't have those.
Yeah, the Hellions aren't here with his tanks. He's not ready for these locusts.
Pulling back's the right option for sure. Now he's got some of this blue flame here to clean these up. It's not so bad. When dealt with correctly, Swarm Hosts are totally garbage units. But, like, if those tanks had been in siege mode still and the Hellbats weren't home, all of GuMiho's army here dies. It's a pretty stark contrast. It's very black and white, whether you Swarm Hosts are good or bad.
Yeah. Hellbats, then they're bad. If they're not in position, then they're good.
Yeah, plus you can also just use them as the fodder for these fights too. The free units are still free, and hell, if the tanks are shooting these and not your Hydras and it allows your Hydras to get in position, more power to it. But all these Ravens are looking for kills, Maynard. There's a lot of them here on the right side. My FPS died during that attack because it was over the water. Stupid particle effects, but oh, that just trucked it. But Impact holds down the Hydralisk keys. 17 more coming out to replace this.
He's trying to go into some Banelings here to deal with those Hellbats. He really actually is struggling to deal with the Hellbats. Roach and Hydra is, funnily enough, not very good against it when he has tanks for support.
These Ravens are just goofy to look at. But, you know, another problem for Impact is by going for this many Swarm Hosts while they're on cooldown, that's supply he can't make. If he didn't have these Swarm Hosts, he'd have like an extra 13 Hydras out, right? Like, that's the difference of him not being able to use his bank because of this wasted supply. Wasted, quote-unquote, of course.
I can't believe he's armor shredding these Locusts, man. Like, don't worry about it. It's all
yeah,
good,
actually,
dude.
it is a bit of a waste if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
But GuMiho can pull back from this. He doesn't have to stay. There's nothing to really chase down the Ravens, and if the Hydras overstep, then they're going to get carpet bombed once again because these Ravens are getting energy while they run away.
Well, the thing is, those tanks are going to go down anyway, I feel. Because once the Hellions are gone, or Hellbats are gone, you don't actually have a chance against the Locusts.
These are planetary fortresses, not orbitals being made. This is like the most overly nut. Like, I don't like this. I'll talk about this more in a second, but let's watch the cleanup, right? Banelings being kited around. Hellions trying to stay alive. That drone underneath was leading the charge, but he gets fried alive. And now here comes the Swarm Host. Here comes the Hydras. Raven's got a little off guard, but he's got 18 of them.
Impact's playing this very, very well here. He's pushing GuMiho all the way back. His Swarm Host play has been wonderful. This planetary's in big trouble.
Thank God for building armor. If he didn't have this, the base is dead for sure. For sure.
For sure.
So we've seen a lot of different people approach defensive builds on this map. Oh, hold the phone. More Seeker Missiles coming out. I don't care what they're called. I'm calling them Seeker Missiles. God damn it, it's easier. But these Swarm Hosts are on cooldown. So again, it's not that big of a threat despite what's here. But the mech army's pretty slow, and chasing this down is difficult. And it takes a lot. Swarm Hosts have 160 health. At 30 damage a pop, it's not worth using the anti-armor missiles on the Swarm Hosts.
Actually, in all seriousness, the Ravens are starting to get a little dry here.
They're also getting a little low. A lot of these are in the red. Picking cherries from that sky. The Hydras take them out. But GuMiho's ground army starts pushing through, and he's got some SCVs to repair. As you see, though, the planetary fortresses, I don't mind. Like, the additional ones, put them at the top of these ramps, right? Like, control the areas the units come in by, not over here. Not that it matters, though. They did their job. They held against the Locusts, and now the army retaliates. And GuMiho with a lot of Cyclones. I'm still not a fan of Cyclones. Even if he wins this game, you won't sell me on the Cyclones. But it's a fast-producing unit that can get across the map quickly, and that's what he needs right now.
I wish I had the ability to ask GuMiho why he's doing Cyclones in the late game. He's doing it again. But we have a big wave of Locusts here, and surprise, surprise, they completely destroy the Cyclones and push him all the way back. Yeah,
he needed Hellions for sure to deal with the Locusts, but...
Yes, Rifkin, that's why I'm like, oh no, why?
But hang on, let me advocate for GuMiho, though, right? Cyclones are insanely fast attacking, and with max upgrades, that's 6 damage a shot to non-armored units even. You put the anti-armor missile on something, and suddenly these Cyclones are just going to be like Void Rays on everything. I can understand why. I don't agree with it. I think... Oh no. Oh no, was this me? Maynard, are you with me, brother? No, it's Maynard. Oh no, Maynard! I forgot his internet resets in the middle of the night because, well, frankly, we're usually done streaming by now. We're usually done the cast at this point.
My 1:30 a.m. That's the time here. I drop every time.
I was actually just explaining that.
Every time.
Well, I can.
I left immediately, so I don't know if that reflects on the other side.
It'll kick you out, but I think we'll see if this kills the frames because I'm having some frame rate problems with this. I'm gonna call you on Discord and share a screen and see if you can still watch the rest of the game with me. Even though it's not optimal. Let's go ahead and mute things here on my end too, guys. Give me a sec. All right. Hopefully that looks okay, buddy. I'm sorry if it doesn't.
It looks all right, actually.
All right. Well, hopefully this doesn't kill the frames in game either, guys. If it does, we will turn it off and I'll just solo cast it. But so far, so good. GuMiho pulls back from this attack and oh god, the water effects are killing it. But oh, he's going for battle cruisers! Oh, I'm the happiest fucking camper in the world right now. I love battle cruisers so much.
All right, GuMiho is officially the coolest terror in the whole world. He's going to have 2-3 battle cruisers. That actually is, those upgrades make them very, very powerful.
Maynard, I love you, but this is killing the frame rate. I'm sorry, dude, I can't.
All right, drop me.
We tried, boys. But continuing on with this, Maynard sadly won't be able to join in the battle cruisers with me. Clearly, this is just selfish Rifkin wanting to keep all the battle cruisers to himself. But that planetary gets dropped on. More and more secret missiles coming out to try and crush this army. Cyclone's trying to do that damage. The planetary does fall, but this again, like, I love the battle cruisers and I love all the other things GuMiho is doing, but his lack of Hellions is disturbing. It's not doing run bys. Oh my god, forget what I said. Now he's making 13 at a time. Fuck it. 13 Hellions at a time will make up for the lack of Hellions he's had up to this point. Because whether it's run bys to the drone lines or whether it's defending against the swarm hosts or killing Hydras, Hellions are the cost-effective option. You want those Hellions. You want that blue flame. And oh my god, we're actually splitting the map. GuMiho, no chill by the way, no Yamato cannon, doesn't want to take time walking up here. He instead teleports the battle cruisers and snipes the hatchery. I love this man. While this barge of units in the top side goes around sniping bases, we have a pretty big attack to the south. Hellions doing what they can. Ravens trying to dodge the parasitic bombs. A lot of them don't have enough energy to do anything though. They're throwing down a couple of turrets desperately, a couple of anti-armor missiles, but really GuMiho should just fall back for this position. I don't think he can hold. Queen's taking some of that damage too. Here come the Banelings. Oh, the Hellbats transforming directly in the Banelings line of fire. That's a mistake. Ravens popping off too, but while this goes on, the battle cruisers go by uncontested. He's on 3-2 for upgrades, and the Corruptors are not out yet. The south side fight still rages on, and it's gonna go in the favor of GuMiho, albeit barely by like 5 Cyclones. And funny enough, both teams lose exactly 13 workers through this attack. I'm so bothered by the way this is going. But GuMiho now has teleport off of cooldown. He's been able to work with these battle cruisers for so long that if he gets in danger, he can just teleport them the hell out of here. So these have sniped off 2 very important bases. He's going to be able to Yamato down this. Like, he probably just throw down 4 Yamatos in a hatchery and get out. Oh, teleport, 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 teleport. Booyah! Gets out of there safe and sound. More battle cruisers being made though, and we'll see how this game progresses. GuMiho needs to take another base though. Both players kind of hitting rock bottom when it comes to economy, and killing these bases was huge because Impact, well, frankly, GuMiho and Impact are suffering from not maxing out, but they don't have a bank to fall back on. These run-bys are very expensive. Losing the Spine Crawlers, expensive. There's no expendable units at this point in the game. And in fact, these drones, thank God they pulled back. But the Hydras won't stop this. No, 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 no. He brought a Hydra to a Blue Flame Hellion fight. Not something Impact can afford to trade. Not just based on the minerals, but also the gas, and then the drones. Oh, spread those drones, Impact, you gotta run. This is looking pretty bad for Impact. Meanwhile, the Swarm Hosts come down to the south, but the Locusts are chasing absolutely nothing. A couple Hellbats on the ground don't matter when the base gets set up. And this one's gonna get shut down too. This game went from 0 to 60, then to 100, and sadly, my heart's broken. Maynard's not here with me for this, because this is some super sick action, but uh-oh. Ravens caught out in the open, parasitic bomb, no chill. They got alliance to those anti-armor missiles. They're gonna die otherwise. They're gonna die anyways, I should say, even. But the battle cruisers have Yamatos. If they get range on anything, it's dead. Impact can't remake these Vipers. He can't remake these Corruptors. Both players, there's still bases on the map, but they're starving for cash. Resources lost also just absolutely nuts. Both of them approaching the 50k mark. Impact over it, of course, but this game has been all over the place. Let's take a look at the units lost. 69 Hellbats. I've been told that's a funny number. I'm not sure why. But other than that, like 21 Ravens, 9 Vipers, 141 Hydra. Like, the gas cost from these guys has been astronomical. Locust, this is a planet or an orbital, so he can lift this up. This is, in a weird way, this is better to have than a planetary fortress, I suppose, but Teleporting, Yamatoing, these battle cruisers are probably going to be what wins GuMiho this game, if we're going to be completely honest. I loved what he was doing before with the Hellbats too. As he starts getting some money and he's producing more Hellions, he might be able to do these run-bys, but I'm really curious about these medevacs. He's making 2 right now, and I'm like, what, shuffle the Thors, heal the SCBs, heal the Hellbats, maybe do a drop? Impact, by the way, is still only on 1 base mining. These other bases are completely tapped. So, I mean, he's long distance mining to a base he's trying to retake. All these fights go better for GuMiho because he can more easily, I should say, replace what he loses. But SCV's here to prepare these boys. Hellbats take care of the Swarm Host. Dead on arrival. No chance to succeed. And now the Swarm Hosts are on cooldown for another 46 seconds. Slowly, GuMiho advances, but there doesn't seem to be any way to slow him down or even stop him. Anti-armor missiles landing, parasitic bombs dropping, but the Thors are here. Thors here! A couple battle cruisers lagging behind, but the army count is only 3 Hydras and 12 Corruptors. There's not that much anti-air. There's not that much anti-Hellbats even. There's nothing to really stop GuMiho. Yo, Luongo in chat, by the way. Shout out for that Letterkenny reference. Best show. Another anti-armor missile pops up on the Viper. It doesn't kill it. Here's the final battle, the big showdown of showdowns. He nukes the Corruptors. They might take out the battle cruisers, but the Thors, I think, will eventually win this battle. The Hydras are dissipating to the Hellbats. They're just slowly wrapping around and killing. Teleports back, but not to home. Only a few feet back, so he can stay in the fight. The Thors knock out the Corruptors. The Hellbats have won through, and I think GuMiho just locked down the game. GG. Ho, 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 GuMiho.
Oh my god, dude. That's... I mean, your passion knows no bounds, Rifkin. That was a sick cast to just sit there and listen to, dude. I was having a good time.
I was too. That was fucking nuts, dude. But luckily, we're past your internet hiccup, so we know it won't happen again. We're gonna hop into game.
We're good for 24 hours.
We're gonna go to game 4. It's been a long time, guys. Give us a second here. It looks like even one of the players is relogging real quick, so we'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh god, it's the final best of 5. We got nothing left after this. We'll see you soon. All right, guys, we're skipping past the intro because the game's already underway. This is still pretty tight. This is the last possible series today, and still might be the last game. Despite that really sick win out of GuMiho, this guy here in the bottom right still leads 2-1. It's match point. It's Impact.
And he fought back on Backwater. Can he fight back on Neon Violet Square? This is Sidestorm Gaming's GuMiho. And it's good to be back in the caster seat.
Yeah, welcome back from that unfortunate DC. But you know what? I'm thinking about this. If GuMiho wants to do mech again, this is not a bad map for it, right? You've got your regular bases you can take, but you've also got that pocket back one, and as a mech player, you want gas more than minerals anyways. And for Impact, it creates some problems because GuMiho, whether he plays bio or whether he plays mech, this ledge always ends up being a huge pain in the ass. This base spreading up to the north can be a huge problem and detriment to Zerg.
I've actually never seen GuMiho not mech on this map. I'm throwing that out there. Of all the GuMiho games that I've seen on Neon Violet Square, they have always been mech. Even against Protoss. Yes, even against Protoss, he will mech on this map.
Yeah, I think it's a safe bet for sure, but I just also want to address this. I love you guys so much, right? 10 out of 10, we've been talking and hyping up doing free-for-alls. I think we're going to have to not do free-for-alls today. I know we're making jokes in chat and memes, but realistically, this is coming up on like a 6-hour cast. I was expecting this group to be like maybe 5 hours at most. So we are well past the limit with every match today, except this one so far, knock on wood, having gone all 5 games deep. It was super unexpected. It's been a lot of fun. I love the cast, but the free-for-alls thing is more of like, oh, the cast was short, let's do something else, right? Today's gone a bit long. So if Alima Link permits it, maybe we'll do it tomorrow, but yeah, this has been a lot of fun. And thank you for joining me for all this, man. I know it's super late for you, man.
It's my pleasure, dude. I'm more than happy to be here, especially considering we reached that sub goal and now I get to take everything from money today. It's great.
Yeah, but you know what? We set that goal for 30. We're at 47, boy. 1,207 subscribers. And I don't know if we shouted out Shintatic or Jabir667, but thank you guys both for priming it up. Oh wait, one was a host. I got you baited. I just gave a shout out to someone who didn't deserve a shout out.
Oh my god.
I feel good.
You can't take it back either. You've said it now. It's out there.
Can't go back. Also, I guess this has been so long. We will be drawing the winner for the t-shirt too before the stream's done. So get in on that giveaway while you can. It's 1 ticket at the very minimum for a chance to win. Subscribers will get twice the chance to win, and of course you can buy 10 tickets at most.
Some people saying in chat that they don't get any drops. I've gotten 4 drops, and I'm Australian. So
yeah.
A lot of what happens in StarCraft doesn't happen in my time zone.
I'm just like, yo, cry me a river, because you can't actually get drops from your own channel. So I'm in the dashboard on BaseTradeTV, casting and watching through my own cast more Stark than anyone else. I haven't gotten any drops. Not a one. I didn't even get the stupid cool UI from like the anniversary stream, and I watched the whole damn thing.
Yeah, see, while you're casting on Base Trade, you need to have like Wardy and Loco stream open at the same time or something on another tab.
But that would be supporting other streamers. And Maynard, don't you know I'm just some greedy prick who doesn't want anyone else in StarCraft to succeed?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Come
I forgot that all the content providers in StarCraft were actually all enemies. We don't like each other, and we're all super competitive. And we actually hope that our competitors will all die.
That's funny. You sound a lot like the Gauntlet right now. Thank you, Armageddon, for that Prime sub. Glad to have you on board. But hey, in all seriousness, jokes, memes, and dumb shots aside, there are other things going on right now. Well, this tournament's coming to a conclusion here on our end. The WCS EU regional qualifiers are going. You got Wardy, you got O Gaming, you got Take TV. Everybody is covering those games. So make sure, we'll obviously be hosting somebody once we're all done with the cast today, but there's plenty of other people covering a lot of good StarCraft. But damn, this group has been so sick. I know, like, hey, we put it together, pat on our back, but I feel like a spoiled brat. The fact that this funneled down to these 4 players, and that these 4 players gave us the best group you could ask for. Today's been, like, truly a good day, man.
StarCraft fans are so spoiled. You guys got to sit back every now and then, just sit there and realize how well this game treats you with high-level games and amazing players constantly. You know that there's StarCraft tournaments happening every day. Did you know that? Did you guys know that out there?
Wow,
Twitch chat?
every day?
You realize that? Every day.
That reminds me of like how I think in Africa every 60 seconds a minute passes.
Did you know that? Yeah.
And I think I can't even. This is such a dumb meme. All right, forget my jokes. We got the attack commencing. A heli gets picked off right away, but this wasn't really going to get much further than this. Back on the other side of the map, he's got Hellions on the wall. This shouldn't be a problem either. For GuMiho, I was really expecting the Banshee to pair up with this, but none of that's going to matter because as GuMiho comes into the base, Impact's evacuating it simultaneously. Nidus Worm on top of the production, and GuMiho's just swapping everything over. He's missing rounds of production right now.
This is the biggest deal. He only has a Banshee here as any kind of countermeasure. And it's gone.
There's a problem, and he just evacuated the base. So is there anything to stop this? The drones get pulled, and Impact is actually taking a hell of a lot of damage. He's gonna kill the return. He can't come back home. Impact is trapped in GuMiho's base now.
That is true. GuMiho might be able to get the job done here, but he's usually outside the map. He's
is it enough though?
And making Cyclones back at home.
I don't think this is enough. I think Impact still might get this, but this, I don't know. Full surround the SCVs. Big transfuses. SCVs don't have damage. GuMiho's gonna tap out. Oh no!
Dude, we called a 3-1.
But for Impact, I called it for GuMiho. Regardless,
I just said 3-1. I didn't say who.
Oh, you hedged your bets. Well played, sir. Regardless, though, congratulations to Impact, who will move on with Hero to the... Oh, god damn it. This means there's no Terran. No, Top is still in it, I think. No, wait. I don't remember, actually. What's the Asia Open group? BTSL season.
Come on, man. It's your tournament.
Right? Hang on, guys. The other group... Yeah, Top is still in it. Okay, I'm not crazy pants. So the only Terran player left at this point is Top, who will be facing a group of Lennox, Stats, and Parting. So 2 Protoss, so basically Top's dead. Coming up on Friday.
Jesus.
But no, that's super sick. Impact advances, and god damn it. What we gotta do is the next stretch goal on Matcherino after we increase the prize pool is gonna be like fly out a fucking Terran player. Like, god damn it.
Yeah, if we get to $30,000, we'll just send Maru. He doesn't need to qualify.
Yeah, we'll just pay his appearance fee. Get over here.
Yeah, we'll just grab him and just seed him into like the semifinals. just put him right there.
Yo, but I want to actually just give the biggest of shout outs to freaking Impact, right? Dude tore through innovation. He lost the hero kind of, I would say barely, but that's not correct, I guess. And then defeated GuMiho 3-1. Like, of all people to get out of this group, I would not have called Impact as like a favorite, but he did it. Second place is still placing, and that's all that matters. He goes to the semifinals of the overall tournament, and congratulations to him. That being said, guys, thank you all for watching today. We ended up on 1,208 subscribers, which is pretty dope. But the bits and the dollars, I'm happy to send over Maynard's way. Everybody, thank you for joining us. As I set up the conclusion to the giveaway, Maynard, you want to do your shout-outs?
I mean, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed my cast. I'm sorry that I dropped out in the middle of probably one of the sickest games the entire evening and the six odd hours I've been casting StarCraft. My internet just drops at 1:30 a.m. my time every morning for a split second. Unfortunately, it's long enough to drop me from StarCraft and from my Discord or Skype or Zoom call. Sorry about that. I'm going to be streaming on my channel tomorrow, Twitch TV/Maynard. You want to come down? I'll be doing some replay casts of subscribers and then doing some ladder directly afterwards. So it's going to be a good day of fun. So if that sounds like if that's interesting to you, then click on my name in chat, click follow, easy peasy.
Nice.
Also at MaynardSC2 on Twitter. Done.
Also, I've written in chat here, but Rhoda, congratulations to the winner of the t-shirt giveaway. But if they are not here in the next like 30 seconds, we're going to be savage and move on to draw another winner. So if you guys want your hands on this lousy t-shirt, this super lousy t-shirt, stay tuned if you entered into the giveaway. But we'll give him a few seconds. He says, oh my God, I'm here. Rhoda, what's up? Okay, Rhoda, this is gonna be kind of difficult to do because we're limited on things. Rhoda, do you use Discord? I need you to answer this. If you do use Discord, more importantly, I need you to message me so I can get your shipping information without giving it away publicly. If you don't use Discord, we'll find a way around this, but Discord would be the easiest if you use it. So I'll DM you on Twitter. That works too. A lot of people don't use Twitter, so I don't ever go for that as the default. But if you use Twitter, yeah, hit me up on Twitter. We'll get contacted. We'll get this sorted. But folks, thank you for joining in on the stream today. Make sure to slap that follow button if you haven't already. That way you don't miss out on any of the events that are coming up. The next time we'll be live is tomorrow at 4 a.m. Pacific with the Alima League. It should be myself and Zombie Grub. Good games to come for sure. But oh man, this was such, I feel spoiled. I want to redo this. I want to like I want to redo it. This group is so good. But Maynard, thank you for joining me. We're gonna go find somebody to host in a few minutes. We're gonna play some last moment ads from our sponsors, guys, but do check them all out. We got peopleimages.com, a stock photo website providing some really high quality images for any websites or projects you want to work on. We got Dodger Coffee Co. Type !coffee in the chat. We got Ting, you know the deal. Head up bttv.ting.com. And last but not least, I've got a personal sponsor with Sneak Energy Ad. It's actually the last week I'll be working with them. So it's this last week to try and get some sales and at least have you guys check it out. !Sneak ad in the chat to get that link. But enjoy WCS Europe. Hopefully you guys don't get any 7-hour-long games. They're really long brackets with really long qualifiers. And I am happy to say that I am going to go sleep. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great day. And thank you again, Maynard, for joining me.
My pleasure.